Thank you. So
Moshi, how are you?
Baruch Hashem. How'd you get into this jewelry? What was your first business out of yeshiva?
Okay, so
How old were you?
first of all,
bigger over here.
First of all, yeah.
I don't know about age, but I
You don't talk about the age?
I try to keep myself younger than I'm actually are. So
No, but you don't have to say how long ago. Just say what you did.
no, I get it. Yes, yeah, how old I am.
No, I don't care how old you are. I don't know yet.
Okay, so
How old were you your first job?
my first job, I was 18. Straight out of yeshiva, I actually went to work in a cell phone accessory business. We used to import from China. I used to go down to the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas.
What was your job?
I used to manage the warehouse. I came in as a salesman with zero experience, obviously. Built myself up to become a warehouse manager. Following doing a trade show, building an exhibit, building the booth for the company.
Is the company still around?
Not anymore. I mean, cell phone accessories obviously is in the past. However, after being with the company probably for approximately 5 years, I left the company, and the reason for it is because I was actually very close with the owner. They merged with another business, and obviously the partnership didn't work out very well. I didn't feel comfortable
Why did you
staying.
say obviously it didn't work out? Why did you say obvious?
The word obvious because usually when that happens, there's a reason why they merge, and of course, was politics in there. So I saw
Seeing
right
merger
away.
usually means it's a problem.
Usually it's a problem, and they try to solve the problem, but
the
obviously the
merge.
problem only escalated to a stage where it didn't work out. To make a long story short, I left that company, and I decided to go ahead and travel to 47th Street. I
You
had
had
a
any
friend-
background in it?
No
Friends,
background,
family?
no family, nothing. I
Nothing.
just actually had a family member that recommended to come in, but found he actually introduced me to some jeweler. Officially, we're gonna start off selling his product, his design. I was there probably for a week or so. I have some family members said, "Hey, Yankee, why don't you just try to see if I can get rid of my gold and silver since you're on 47th Street regardless." So I did that, and I saw there's a need for it, and I would say at that point when the gold was $475 an ounce, I don't think there was anyone out there going around and doing house calls and physically picking up their diamonds and gold and watches and silver.
Oh, so you used to drive around to people's houses and pick
So
up
I
their...
decided to put in a little ad in this Jewish magazine called Torah Times, which I thought it's going to be, it might work, might not work. And of course I put in that little ad, and since then my phone did not stop ringing. For years I've been doing like probably 20 to 30 phone calls, house calls a day, coming home with suitcases and bags of gold.
How do you have cash to put out for these deals? Or you told them I'll pay you
I
tomorrow?
actually took a little, no, I used to pay on the spot. I used to travel with cash. I took out a little loan. It was maybe $30,000 to $40,000. A family member.
Interest free or interest?
Interest free, enough to pay interest, but it wasn't really a matter of interest or not, because before I knew it, and then the first month it was all paid up. So point is very simple, that I just thought it's gonna be like a short period event, sort of, and it actually turned out. Look around my showroom and
Showrooms?
showrooms, obviously.
You have 3 of them now?
I used to have one in the city in 47th Street, but obviously since COVID came around,
just
it
here.
wasn't worth it, so I closed that down. I still have my shop in 47th Street where I do mostly my design work and everything in here in my showcase. I developed obviously a taste and a passion for jewelry, and of course,
you still
number
operate-
one, if you want to talk about how I build the clientele and obviously how I got here. My belief personally, be honest and don't be greedy, be fair with customers, and I think that's really what's going to take you the long run. And Baruch Hashem, I have to be very appreciated, and
The last time I met you, at a fancy restaurant, so L'chaira, things are doing well, right, Yankee?
Depends.
You
That's my story.
Yankee, so you operate like a pawn shop / jewelry store?
Yes. So my niche in the business, which I feel like I'm a little different than just the regular jewelry store, is I do buy a lot of estates, and I always try to get the client to come in and exchange for a piece of jewelry versus taking the cash. And obviously that model works, and people are extremely happy with that idea. Of course, there's always going to be a percentage that they just need the money for whatever reason, which I respect, whatever decision the client decides to go with. But I do now a lot of custom work. I design pieces, I do renderings.
What percent of your business is pawning versus selling retail? 50-50?
I never actually
Analyzed it
because Baruch Hashem, it's busy and doing things, but
You still do house calls?
no, unfortunately,
You're too rich for that.
I wouldn't say that. I don't consider myself being rich. The only thing that I consider myself being rich is having, Baruch Hashem, a lovely wife and beautiful kids, and that's what I consider rich, But
So from a pawn perspective, which jewelry holds value the longest? Should they
when it
focus
comes
more
to
on the stone or the gold?
Honestly, when it comes to holding value as far as like an investment, I don't consider jewelry or diamonds being an investment. Yes, watches at a period when COVID came around, it became like a hot commodity and people were putting in money into watches, and just by luck it actually came up in value, but I don't personally consider that being an investment either. Obviously, if you know the industry, people lost millions of dollars in the watch industry by investing and believing that the premium is gonna hold on to it, but unfortunately the market goes up and down, and I personally believe that it's more like an appreciation piece, and you're buying something because it makes you feel good as far as more instead of considering it as an investment. I mean,
So if someone's looking for value when buying jewelry, would you say to focus more on the weight of the gold than on the stone?
I consider what is it going to do for you, or what is it going to do for your loved
Let's talk
one.
about just value. Forget loved ones and no romantics.
Value, obviously, you're always going to base it on the weight of gold, and obviously the diamonds, size of the diamonds, the carat of the diamonds. There's a lot of factors where you actually have to consider when it comes to a piece of jewelry, in order to know the value.
Do people ever come with their spouse and they're focusing on value, or it's all emotional and
It's mostly
the husband?
emotional. It's mostly emotional. I wouldn't put it as a value when they come with their spouse and treat them with something nice, because it all boils down, what is it going to make them feel happy or make them feel good in order to spend the money that they're willing to spend.
Thank God, Yankee. I've been married for over 10 years, and I just bring my wife jewelry. She's happy, and
That's what matters. That's what
if
matters.
she would have
Where
to
do
come
you-
here,
I
I
have an
would
interesting
go broke.
question. Where do you get your jewelry from? That's what I want to know.
I've definitely bought from Yankee. Yankee's a fine
Thank you,
gentleman,
thank you.
very reasonable.
Appreciate that.
I've been working with Yankee for many, many years through
years,
his
yeah.
cousin Ellie, who introduced me to him, and
Appreciate that. Thank you.
we're still doing business 10 years later. What better compliment that we're still doing 10 business 10 years later, Yankee?
That's I appreciate that. That's why I believe is the key in business: being nice to people and.
So you're
always
saying,
make
is there
sure-
an opportunity now for someone to do house calls since you're not doing it?
There is. Here and there, if I know it's like a bigger lot or the client
So you're saying
is
for
like,
someone else to get into the business, they should do house calls they're in? There's a niche
today,
for those people do it.
I think today it's a little bit different, that part of the business. I mean, I just don't think there's enough as far as the household
Yankee,
part.
are you gatekeeping, or really there's no opportunity?
We're not gonna talk about it.
All right, I think we're done.